Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, student talking. Go away. Anyway, so this is just going to be the warm up. Oh, I guess this down thing here is showing us. It's disgusting. So I'm sorry for not being here today. I did tell you all I wasn't going to be here today, so none of you should be surprised. So warm up. I want you to describe the pathway a drop of blood would take from the time it leaves the aorta to the time it returns to the left ventricle, ready to leave the aorta again, and describe the chambers and the vessels. So somewhere on your paper, I want you to pause the video and write down this, and then I will tell you the answer because it's on the next slide, so you can't skip to it. So you have to listen to my voice. That sounds cruel. You be quiet. Anyway, so it should start off the aorta. Then it's going to go to the body through the arteries, followed by capillaries, followed by veins. Then it's going to come back through the superior vena cava or the inferior. Either way, it's coming back through the vena cava into the right atrium, followed by the right ventricle. It's going to go up through that into the pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary artery, it's going to go to the lungs, through the capillaries again, come back through the pulmonary vein into the left ventricle. Left ventricle, nope, left atrium, left ventricle, back up to the aorta. If that's what you got, good. If that's not what you got, I'm very, very worried that you're going to not do well on your quiz. So there's that. Oh, haha, it disappeared. Got it. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is the hepatic and renal system. So for the renal system, all you really need to know is that there's a renal artery and a renal vein. It goes into your kidneys. It would be like, it goes to aorta, renal automatically. You don't have to worry about all this information because that just kind of breaks it down on how it does this whole thing. It's very cool, but we don't need to study the kidney system that intensely. So, the hepatic circulation. It's a special part of the circulatory system. Normally, the circulatory system takes blood straight back from the capillaries in each organ or tissue. The blood from the digestive system carries all sorts of molecules that have been absorbed there. We're going to talk about what the digestive system is in like 2 weeks after we do our quiz. In order to stop the rest of the blood system getting clogged up, there's a special detour. This is called the hepatic portal system. So, the hepatic means having to do with the liver. The liver is a factory organ of the body. It deals with all sorts of chemicals, breaks them down, and rearranging them. The hepatic portal vein carries blood to the liver, and then the blood can leave to the heart. So, here's the heart. If you go through the digestive system, you're going to go to the liver, back to the heart. If you're just going through the muscle, then you're just going to go into the heart. You don't have to go to the liver. Some diseases. Coronary heart disease can be caused by a blockage of coronary arteries, meaning your heart has arteries. Who knew? Possible risk factors could be diet. So if you eat McDonald's every single day or every single week, like once a day. If you are under high stress, can cause some issues. Smoking, genetic predisposition, age, and gender. Now we're going to talk about blood components. So the components of blood: red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. So the plasma is going to be mostly made up of water. It's a large component of the blood. It transports the blood cells, ions, soluble nutrients, hormones, and carbon dioxide. Think about it like if we were thinking about a smoothie and our blood vessels are the straw, this would be all like the liquidy portions. The red blood cells would be like the chunks of strawberries. Because they're the largest cellular component of blood. They have a concave disc-shaped cell without nuclei. They contain hemoglobin, so protein that oxygen binds to. They do oxygen transport, and again, they have no nucleus. Tattoo that on your head if you have to. You might start running out of room because you also have to tattoo that arteries go away. So, I failed. White blood cells. So white blood cells have several varieties with different shapes. They have a nuclei. They fight disease and infections. Phagocytosis is kind of like Pac-Man. It's going to come and eat things. Antibody formation is just going to create those antibodies you need to be healthy. And platelets are small cell fragments without nucleuses. They cause clotting. So when you cut yourself, it's that blood that starts drying up and kind of forming that scab. Those are all platelets. So we're going to be testing the effect of exercise, not today, because let's be real, I don't trust entirely that you'll behave. On Monday we'll start testing this, but I do want you, Ms. Sullivan apparently has already taught you this, but I do want you to be able to find your pulse. So one way to find your pulse is checking here on your wrist, your radial artery, or your carotid artery, which is on your neck. Either way, just want you to check it out, make sure you're able to find it. Come next week, we will be doing another coursework where the coursework is going to be doing exercise and heart rate. You have to figure out something you want to test that with. Remember, you have to have an independent variable. You are not allowed to work on it until next week. You can think about it though, which is a little leeway I'm giving you because you know what's going on. Okay, that's not what I need, not that. We'll do all that Monday. Okay, now you're staring at a black screen. So you are going to, still recording, you are going to go to my Weebly and you are going to do two things. So you're going to go to IGZY Bio. You are going to go to where it says circulatory lecture, which you should already be here when watching the videos. And you're going to do all of these activities. They're puzzles. You're going to have fun. Once you're done with those activities, I want you to work on the handout you got Friday, which has the image of the heart. And I want you to work on the other packet. As I mentioned Friday, if you work on that packet, it will give you extra credit. If you don't, that's fine. The last thing I'm going to need you to do is there is a symposium coming up for science, technology, engineering, and math. It will be on February the 21st, I believe. If you are interested in going out to ASU West and meeting lots of people, there will be raffles. There are people from Exxon, from Google, from the Navy, all sorts of different fields coming in to talk to you. It's kind of what a symposium is. Send me an email with your name that you are interested. It will be on a gold day, so that means that you need to be passing all of your other classes because we're going to be gone for probably a good chunk of the day. I'm only taking like 25-ish people. So there will be a limit, and I already have a list building. So if you are interested again in science, technology, engineering, or math, let me know. Okay? So behave, do the puzzles, do the classwork. Anything that doesn't get finished in class becomes homework. Non-honor students, the packet is extra credit. The practice problems are not. Regular, my honor students, everything is worth points. You need to get it done. Okay? Behave, guys. Bye.